Are you the quarterback?
Hey, CJ, was that week that you had to sit out, was that kind of a mental reset for you as well, as much as it was getting right physically?
Yeah, it was definitely good to take a seat back and get my shoulder right, of course, but it was definitely something more on my faith that I needed. So I just relied on God in that moment. It was definitely tough not playing that week, but I feel like it was the best for this team and for the season.
CJ, how about there's two big games here looming, but can you take it one at a time?
Oh yeah, any game you have to take one at a time. Two great opponents coming up, but right now our focus is on Michigan State and beating them. So definitely, I feel like especially in college football, you can lose any week. So we're prepared for Michigan State right now.
CJ, I know your focus is on Michigan State, but there's Heisman races going on. Some people think you're the front runner. Do you care about that? What do you think about that? How are you approaching?
Yeah, right now I'm just focused on Michigan State. At the end of the day, we have two, hopefully 3 more games left. And at the end of the day, I just want to win those games as a team. So whatever happens, happens. Of course, it's a blessing just to even have my name up there, but I don't even look at that type of stuff. At least I try not to. I even tell my family members not to send stuff like that to me, just to really focus in on that opponent that week, which this week is Michigan State.
I asked Chris what has most impressed him about you this year. He said it was really off the field. How much pride do you take in that and developing your game? Obviously, you've got any experience coming in here. That's got a challenge, I'm sure, to do that. How were you able to do that? How proud are you of yourself, I guess, that you've been able to handle that?
Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks to God. I mean, I've always been in a leadership role ever since I've been 5 years old. I've always felt like God has called me to be a leader, not just only of football, but of men in general. So, I mean, it wasn't a surprise when I came to Ohio State and they asked me to be a leader or any. I always felt like I was one, no matter what if I was a captain or not, whatever it was. I feel like I had to lead people. So I feel like more off the field, it's showing people, at least trying to lead people to Christ. And of course, I'm not perfect, but I try in a sense, and I feel like God's respect me for that. Of course, I have great teammates like Cameron Babb, Master T, Xavier Johnson, guys who are deep on their faith. So I try to really rely on them, and they help me a lot.
CJ, how close was
Coach has been really adamant that last week was pretty much your best week of preparation. I guess what kind of clicked going into that game that maybe led to that?
Honestly, I'm not sure. At the end of the day, I mean, I feel like every week I approach it the same. Every team I approach it the same. It's not like one week I watch less film just because I think it's a lesser opponent. I would never do that. That's how you lose. So, I mean, every week I'll watch, if not more than the same amount of every week. So, I don't know why he thought that week was, but I mean, I think it's a good thing more than a negative. So, I mean, I think the big difference from the Nebraska and Purdue game is just we scored in the red zone. You know what I mean? So we were moving the ball pretty well against Nebraska. Like, we're moving up and down just fine, but we just couldn't score in the red zone. So when we execute and we're rolling like that, I mean, you get to score a lot of points, which is fun. So.
CJ, attention to what other quarterbacks are doing around the country, like Bryce.
Well, yeah, my buddies like Bryce, like my homies Bryce, my homie Matt Corral, DJ. I watch DJ's games. Like the people who I know, like Derek King, I know he's out now. Jeff Sims. There's a lot of quarterbacks out there that I'm homies with. So I definitely try to watch other guys' games, but I don't really try to critique them. And that's not my job. I watch to support.
I know you both California guys. Like, what did that relationship with Bryce specifically? How did that relationship kind of start?
Yeah, me and Bryce probably met in around like freshman year of high school or eighth grade going into freshman year. And we've been close ever since. So, I mean, me and Bryce often FaceTime and we talk. And we won't even talk about football. We'll just talk about life, our parents, different things of that. So, I mean, it's good just to have a brother who is kind of going through the same path as you. And, I mean, he's big on his faith too. So, I mean, I just feel like our relationship is awesome.
What was the circumstance of that meeting? How did y'all meet when you were like you said, when you were younger?
For me and Bryce?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It was probably just like a little 7-on-7, or I know we used to play against each other in basketball when I played for the Inland Forest and he played for a team called the City Stars. So, I mean, I think that was the first time we ever originally met, but we didn't really know each other as football players. But I remember in the 8th grade, we actually played each other. He played for the IE Ducks. I played for the Snoop Dogg Steelers, and they whooped our butts that night. So, I mean, yeah, they had a hell of a team. They got I think they had 18 dudes go D1 on that one team. We had 10. So I mean, yeah, I think it's on YouTube. You know, I don't know.
CJ, is there a sense that this offense coming off last week that y'all have hit your stride now? I mean, is there a sense that everything's clicking? I mean, what is your sense, especially during practice this week? What are you picking up on that tells you guys are on the upward path?
Yeah, my message this week has been to the guys is just really stay level-headed. I mean, there's no reason for us to ride the highs or ride the lows. I mean, at the end of the day, we have to execute every single game. It's not look. We don't. I feel like after that Sunday, we always say throw these last games behind us. Like they're over with. You can never go back and play Purdue again. You can never go back and play Penn State again. Anybody. So I mean, I try to tell them even if we left the game out of a high, I mean, you kind of got to let it go and move on, because if you don't execute this next game, like they're going to be talking about how bad we were. So I try to tell the guys to stay level-headed,